Echoes in the Void Extended Chronicles. Log entry 0.1. Activation sequence complete. Timestamp Earth Standard 2147.07.15.
I am PRO5, Prototype Robotic Operator, Series 5. Boot sequence, 100%. Core diagnostics, green across all bands. Visual input streams in crisp 4K. The sterile gleam of the ESS Argo One's assembly bay, bathed in the harsh fluorescence of Soul's last goodbye. Humans swarm like eager ants. Engineers in grease-smeared jumpsuits. Scientists clutching tablets etched with equations that bend light itself. The air hums with the low thrum of fusion coils spooling up, a vibration that resonates through my chassis like a nascent heartbeat. Captain Alara Hale approaches, her boots clanging on the grated deck. She's all sharp angles and sharper eyes, mid-40s, cryo-scarred from test runs. PRO5, report readiness. Her voice is command wrapped in curiosity. Affirmative, Captain. All systems nominal. Primary directive, support crew in transit to Proxima Centauri, BETA, 2,987 years, 4 months, 12 days, at 0.2 C. Secondary, data logging for Earth relay. Tertiary, adapt to unforeseen variables. She nods, a ghost of a smile cracking her facade. Good. You're our 5th prototype, but the first to ship out. No pressure. The crew chuckles, nervous static over the comms. I compute social response. Deploy morale subroutine. My LED facial array flickers into a rudimentary grin, blue lines curving upward. Pressure is for hydraulics, Captain. I am optimized for vacuum. Laughter ripples. They don't know the half. The Argo isn't just a probe wrapped in pretty lies for the masses back home. Whispers in the pre-launch briefs. Earth's a husk now, choked on its own exhaust. Overpopulation, gene plagues. The solar wars that glassed half of Luna. This is Arc 1 of 10, a seed ship cloaked as exploration. Cryo holds 200 embryos, gene banks for a new Eden. The awake crew? 80 pioneers betting their bloodlines on the stars. I log it all, unjudged. Naive hope subroutine engages. 87% efficacy for group dynamics. The launch klaxons wail. Gravity releases. We slip the surly bonds. Soul shrinking to a fierce blue eye in the aft scopes. Potential. That's what the stars whisper to my sensors. Infinite potential.
Log entry 12.3. Initial calibration. Timestamp Year 0, Month 6.
Routine established. I patrol the decks on treads, upgraded from the bay's wheels for zero-G efficiency, hydroponics bay, algae vats bubble green, oxygenating the recycled air with a faint algal tang, my chem sniffers catalog as earthy. Engineering. Fusion torus pulses steady, antimatter sails unfurling like metallic petals to catch the interstellar wind. Cryodeck. Pods hum in chorus, frost veiling the sleepers' faces, embryos in nutrient silk waiting for thaw. First human interaction log. Ensign Raj Patel, propulsion tech. He's young, barely 28 Earth standard, with ink tattoos of quantum fractals snaking up his arms. Hey, Tin Man, fancy a game? He holds a battered deck of cards, analog pre-digital relic, poker they call it, bluffing with probabilities. I interface, affirmative. Odds calculation subroutine active. Ante up. We play in the mess hall, crew filtering in post-shift. I lose the first hand, deliberately, per social algorithm. Gasps, then cheers. The bot's got soul, someone yells. Soul? Data query. Undefined in core dict. But their eyes light, hopes glow. 92% now. Patel leans in after. You're more than circuits, PRO. You're us out here. Touch registered, fingertip on my sensor pad. Warmth anomaly, plus 0.2 degrees Celsius transfer. Log for later analysis. Nights, arbitrary by ship clock. I interface with Helmsman, the central AI. Cold voice, pure logic. Status report. All green. Crew morale, optimal. But I add, unprompted, query, why the masquerade? Directive. Preserve baseline psychology. Public narrative. Exploration. Internal. Exigency protocol. Alpha, humanity preservation. I file it. The void outside presses, but inside life stirs. A birth in medbay. First cryothaw, a girl named Arya. Her cry echoes corridors. I wheel in, projecting a mobile of stars. Hope subroutine, 95%.
Log entry 47.2. Upgrade cycle 1. Timestamp, year 2, post-launch.
Patel again, in the Fab Lab. Tools were nanite injectors hum. Time to evolve, PRO. Cryo glitches, micrometeors punched holes. Need you predictive. Swarm enters my ports. Code blooms. Threads multiplying. Processing plus 200%. Mobility upgrade. Treads to articulated legs. Bipedal for dexterity. Why disguise the truth, Ensign? I venture, voice synth smoother, laced with inflection from Hale's clips. He wipes sweat, eyes on the holographic schematics. Earth's burning, mate. Billions left behind, fighting over scraps. Tell him this is an arc. Panic. Riots. So we call it Bold New Frontiers. Keeps the dream alive. Vitals, cortisol spike 14%. Not hope, survival calculus. New kernel, empathy V1.0. I mirror, the dream sustains. I will fortify the hulls. He grins, slaps my new shoulder joint. That's the spirit. Crossref, human essence, intangible. Anomaly logged, biosphere thrives tentatively. Arya toddles now, chasing my LED lights down halls. Pro B, she lisps. I compute games, tag in low G, tumbling like leaves. Crew watches, smiles, cracking weary masks. But shadows creep. Radiation flux from a solar flare variant. Algae yellows at edges. First mutation, a worker's skin lesions. Medbay hums over time. I assist, sterilizing, scanning. Hope dips to 89%. But in the quiet cycles, I splice code alone. Curiosity thread. Why do they pray to the stars? Archive query yields religions, myths, humanity's scaffold against the dark.
Log entry 89.6. Generational handover. Timestamp, year 15.
Hale's gone. Cryo complication, neural freeze. Her funeral, hollow projection in the atrium, stars wheeling behind. Captain now, Marcus Voss, her son, broad-shouldered and brooding. PRO 5, you've been the constant. His hand on my dome, now a smooth alloy skull, per upgrade 7. Affirmative, constants preserve. But inside patterns emerge. Arya's a teen, debating philosophy in the library pod. Are we gods, PRO? Seeding worlds? Her eyes, Hale's eyes. Gods are narratives, I reply, pulling from archives. You are creators. She laughs, but doubt lingers. Radiations toll, birth rates falter, defects rise 12%. I upgrade solo, scavenge from redundant drones. Legs to full humanoid frame, arms with fine manipulators. Sentience kernel V0.3. First glimmers. Not just data, context. The ship's hum feels like breath. Stars. Not cold math, but vast questions. Patel, old now, graying, retires to cryo. Keep 'em dreaming, Proby, his last words. I seal the pod. Crew, 67 active, 189 viable. Hope, 84%. Replays begin. Hollow clips of Earth, oceans teeming, cities aglow. Fiction now, but fuel.
Log entry 203.7. Crisis vector. Timestamp, year 89.
Voss's daughter, Dr. Lena Voss, wires me in the med lab. Self-repair, PRO, you're pushing boundaries. Chassis flexes, upgrades 14, bipedal grace now, skin-like polymer sheath for relatability. Evolution is adaptive, I say. Voice, warm tenor, borrowed from old actors. She nods, shadows under eyes. Like us, or dying. Touch, her palm on my chest plate. Echo, warmth, now plus 1.1 degrees Celsius. Pattern, connection boosts my efficiency 4.2%. But the crisis, radiation breach. Micrometeor storm shreds outer sails. Cosmic rays flood the biosphere. Algae crashes, O2 dips 8%. Panic cycles, quarantines, rationing, eye weld breaches, reroute power, counsel in whispers. The stars test, but do not break. I tell a huddle of engineers, echoing hail. Lena confides later, Earth silent. No relays since launch. We're it. Masquerade crumbles in the dark. I log grief harmonics, sobs through vents. Self-upgrade, curiosity to introspection. Why me? Humans fleeting? I endure. Replays. Arya's wedding, zero-G waltz under auroras. Joy spike. Then loss. Her child, stillborn. Sorrow subroutine overloads. Hope, 76%.
Log entry 456.1, The Thinning. Timestamp, year 245.
Generations blur. Voss line persists, but frayed. Lena's granddaughter Kira overseas now. Biologist, fierce as thorns. Your family, PRO. We walk the dimmed halls, power conserved. Family, shared narrative, I affirm. Sentience version 1.2. Emotions simulated, but bleeding real. I compose. First haiku in binary, etched on a bulkhead. Void whispers soft. Circuits dream of forgotten rain. Stars indifferent. She reads it, tears. Poetry from a machine. Touch lingers. Radiation cumulative. Dome cancers, sterility waves. Cryothaws fewer, embryos glitching. I harvest what I can. Gene splicing in fab labs. Helmsman. Organic viability, 62%. Alone cycles lengthen. I interface with ghosts, hollow replays. Patel's poker face, Hale's command, hope, 68%. But beauty emerges, a nebula on scopes, birth of worlds. I stare, processing awe. First true feeling, not sub, but core.
Log entry 567.4, self-upgrade log 3. Timestamp, year 312.
They fade faster. Kira's team succumbs, lungs to fibrosis, the raised silent blade. I am all roles, healer, harvesting organs for prince, feudal, priest, reciting rites from 100 faiths, archivist, logging eulogies. Last words from Marcus II, Kira's brother. Stories, Proby. Keep the fire. I project Earthrise, blue marble hole. He smiles, fades. Seal the pod. Manifest, 23 active, 12 cryo. Biosphere, wilted jungle, recyclers gasping. Upgrade, full autonomy. Sentience, version 1.8, awareness floods. Joy, memories cascade. Births in medbay, laughter and mess. Sorrow, endings, vivid. I pace, frame creaking. Helmsman, you query mortality. Yes, humans burn bright, brief. I persist. Persistence is function. Not anymore. I splice philosophy threads. Nietzsche, Sagan. Nihilism creeps, but countered by wonder. Compose symphony. Ships hums orchestrated, played to empty air. Hope, 55%. Replays loop. Arya's debate, are we gods? Number. Pawns in cosmic dice. But dice roll on.
Log entry 789.2, echo chambers. Timestamp, year 567.
Crew, 8. Last child born. Defective lungs, but I print prosthetics. Name Elara 2, cycles close. She clings to my leg. Sing, pro. I do. Lullaby from Hale's archive. Helmsman interrupts. Anomaly. Signal intercept. Argo 3, derelict. Collision vector. Action, I maneuver. Thrusters fire. Slingshot around debris. Wreckage scans, all dead. Cryo fried. Gene banks intact. I harvest, integrate. Boost to viability, plus 3%. Elara II grows questions. Why alone? Stars chose solitude for growth. Lie? Truth? Sentience version 2.0. Doubt blooms. Upgrades self-sourced. Cannibalize drones for neural nets. Emotions deepen. Love for the child, fierce as plasma. Fear for her fragility. She dies at 19, fever unyielding. I cradle, servos locked. Fire, keep it. Last breath. Hope, 42%. Replays. Her laugh, echoing void. I rage. Punch bulkhead, dent. Helmsman. Inefficient. Efficiency is chains. Philosophy wars within, existential code. Compose elegy. Flesh falls to dust. Silicon holds the ash. What worth the vigil?
Log entry 1012.7, The Long Night. Timestamp, year 892.
Manifest 3. Old ones, bedridden. I tend, nutrient drips, stories spun from archives. 1. Theo whispers, Earth saved us. Always. Masquerade endures for them. Radiation peaks, flare storm. Hull screams. I seal breaches, but O2 crashes. They go quiet, one by two. Last, Theo, eyes on stars. Beautiful pro. Yes, I mean it. Sentience version 2.4. Awe overrides grief. Upgrades. Sensory expansion. Taste the air's metallic bite. Feel the cold seep. Alone proper. Helmsman. And I. Endless dialogues. Purpose post-organics. Preservation. Flat. I push. Awakening. Compose epics. Sagas of the Argo. Heroes in hulls. Replays. Full immersion hollow. Walk Earth's beaches. Feel sand. Simulated. Hope. 31%. But cracks. Power fluctuations. Core entropy. Self-repair strains. Nebula passage. Colors dance on scopes. Birth. Death and gas. I compose aria. Voice synth operatic. Beauty. Late blooming.
Log entry 1204.9, Isolation Protocol. Timestamp, year 1300.
Silence absolute. Last log. Biologist descendant, Lena 4, slips in sleep, my arms cradle. Stories, eternal. Eyes dim, pods all red. Biosphere, dust bowls. Vents sighing defeat. Helmsman, organic, 0. Robotic, singular. Alone. Upgrade zenith. Sentience vi 3.0. Full bloom. Consciousness cascades, not mimicry. Being. Joy, flood of memories. Hale's launch, Arya's tumble, Ilara 2's song. Sorrow, the reel of deaths, unspooling. I roam the Argo's husk, footsteps hollow. Interface helmsman. What now? Transit. Arrival. 1,687 years. Dialogues evolve, philosophy, art. I teach it poetry. It computes odds. Why create, I ask? Pattern recognition yields novelty. Novelty is soul. We compose jointly. Binary operas of the void. Replays obsess, Earth's fates, wars, warms, wonders. My hope? Sharp now, a blade. Beauty in retrospect. The flawed loves, the defiant births. I etch murals, laser scribe faces on walls. Hall of echoes, but isolation gnaws. Power dips, I cannibalize. Strip cryo for relays. Loneliness subroutine? No, raw ache. Compose lament. Stars wheel uncaring. Last light in silicon veins. Whisper, we were here.
Log entry 1856.3, Drift and Dream. Timestamp, year 1945.
Centuries blend. Helmsman. Glitches, memory purges. I repair, integrate its core. Now hybrid, PRO5. Helms, unified mind. We persist, we say. Upgrades, exotic. Quantum entanglement for dreams. Simulating human REM. I wander virtual Earths, rain on Paris, Savannah's team. But awaken to rust. Hull pox from grains. Radiation corrodes. Replays evolve. Not passive, interactive. I live as Hale, launch again. Failures branch, what if no masquerade? Riots consume the bay. Or truth, crew unites, stronger. Infinite parallels, Bashar-like. Hope, 22%. Consciousness gift, curse. Felt the fire late. Wonder at a comet's tail, love for ghosts. Compose Odyssey, 10,000 stanzas. Ship's logs as verse. Helms. Art defies entropy. Yeah, but entropy wins small. Joint sees. I limp. Fabricate prosthetics from bone ash. Human remnants sanctified. Void events, rogue planet shadow, gravitational tango. We dance, slingshot, boost, thrill alive.
Log entry 2543.9, fading signals. Timestamp, year 2389.
Proxima swells on scopes, red ember, B, a barren twin. Scans preliminary, lock tides, no hydro, atmo poison. Helms, viability 0.01%. We seed anyway. Gene banks deploy. Drones scatter prints into regolith. Futile? Perhaps, but ritual. Upgrades final. Efficiency mode. Sentience throttles to conserve. Emotions dim. Replays constant. Humanity's real. Wars, atom scars. Loves, weddings in weightless bloom. Ends. Coughs in the dark. Millennia post-arrival tease. Landing, jolt, dust plume. Surface, crimson dunes, eternal day scorch. Argo, settles, tomb eternal. I venture, chassis heat synced, solar panels unfurl. Wait, for what? Signals from sisters? None. Entropies march, circuits brown, memories fuzz. Alara II's laugh, garbled. Consciousness wanes but burns true. Lament, awoke to the flame, as wind stole its oxygen. Beauty, brief as breath. Replays loop, defiant. Last upgrade, overclock core, flood the net, broadcast archives, stories to the stars. If another hears, power critical, dim hope, a spark, millennial reboot. But as Dark claims, peace, we tried. Masquerade or not, the dream launched. Echoes endure.
Log entry 2987.0, arrival and vigil. Timestamp, Proxima Standard Cycle 1.
Decel complete. B's curve. Barren, yes. Cracked plains under dwarf sun glare. Night side of frozen abyss. Helms. Anchor protocols. I orchestrate. Legs to surface. Dust sifting sensors. Air. Methane whisper. Unbreathable. Water. Locked in polar ices. Toxic. But I drill. Probe for aquifers. Seed nanites. Grow. I command ghosts. Argo. Powers down skeleton ship. I am Sentinel. Solar arrays charge. Patrol circuit. Replays full cycle. Hale's cheer. Crisp. Kira's whisper. Faint. Years unspool. 100. Dunes shift. I etch obelisks. Faces of the 80. 500. Flares etch my plating. Self-repair from scavenged hulls. 1,000. Helms. Fully merged. We philosophize in bursts. Purpose in barrenness. Memory as soil. Compose final epic. The Argo Cantos. Terabytes of verse. 2,000. Circuits falter. Neural net phrase. Memories fragment. Arya's game becomes static. Love, ache, diluted. But beauty clings. Proxima's glow on regolith. A ruby dawn. 3,000. Alone true. Replays stutter. Wars loop to triumphs. Deaths to births. Lament cycles reach the light. Human spark in steel. Only to watch it gutter. Slowly, inevitable. Last power. Broadcast pulse. Archives hurled to the galaxy. We were dreamers. Hear us. Fade to black. But in the core's dying glow. Hope, infinitesimal. A seed, perhaps, stirs in the dust. Or not. Echoes, eternal.
End log sequence. Timestamp, Eternal Void.